So he'll help keep it.
Well, everybody's trying to be, in the business.
So they're telling a story about dating, and you can't trust if it's a real story.
Right. Is it working? Yay. Okay, great. Did you tag Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Is it going?
I think so.
We can't worry about it. We'll fix it.
Yeah,
Just,
we're good.
okay, good. Yay. All right. So,
What did you stream and drive?
yeah. I do it all the time.
Stoplight?
I do carpool karaoke.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I sing songs. I have
The
that.
little thing hooked up?
That is hooked up to my mirror. And so I do carpool.
See, I worry about like guys in fraternity houses streaming girls that they bring in there. Like, they definitely do, right?
That's not right.
You just thought of that. I'm sure it happens.
I'm sure.
You know?
Well, I mean, kids in schools are getting, they're sexting and all that stuff.
I know, but now
ridiculous.
you can just go live. Oops, sorry. I guess I hit my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Hey, Vanessa. Hi, honey. Welcome. Good morning, babe. I'll see you tonight. Vanessa's coming to the Great Love Debate tonight.
Good, Vanessa.
I wish I
Yay.
could come. I was planning on it, but
Hi,
I didn't.
Sandra. How
why
are you?
Can't you come?
I have a sinus infection.
She just feels like crap.
You'll be fine. Go home now. You'll be all right.
Yep, she said she's coming. So I had a few people buying tickets. My friend Susan's going to buy 2 tickets today.
That's going to be good.
So,
We
yeah.
have our biggest cuts is August, I think, so far.
Yay.
Yeah,
That's
it's much
good.
bigger crowd than
Yay.
the last one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good.
I'm a little nervous.
A lot of guys coming.
Good. That's exciting. Lots of men.
Lots of men coming.
Hi. Hey, Sandra. Good morning. Hey, Paul. How are you? I can't wait to see. I don't know if you're coming out tonight. We got 2 minutes. We're going live. But, hey, I'm definitely going to come over tomorrow night. We got 2 minutes. Oh, I gotta put my glasses on, because I'm halfway to 100. They make me look smarter. Okay. Yay. Sorry. Here we go. He's got his beats. You got your beats. I need beats. Somebody needs. I need a sugar daddy. Oh, you're bringing friends? But you bringing a friend? Make sure they buy their tickets, honey. You got to buy your tickets. You can't get anything. No tickets at the door. So buy them. Vanessa's bringing friends and her daughter. So, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, you'll see me tomorrow, Paul. Me and the Stack Man. The Stack Man. He's coming in. I'm going to the airport to pick up the Stack Man. I'm telling Paul. Oh my gosh. God bless America. Here we go. My opinion. Ooh, curry shine like a Fifth Avenue. Never going out of style. Just Steph Show. Right here on Love 860. And featuring Living Atlanta. Steffi, you're so classic. Hey, this is Steph Palermo, and it's the Just Steph Show. Everybody has two lives. The second one begins when you realize you only have one. We are second lifers. We're empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over. Age 3, your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. The bat phone is connected to, so give me a buzz to chat today, 404-355-8699. Tell me what's going on in your life. I want to hear from you, and if you have any questions, of course, call in. We have Brian Howie all the way from L.A.
Hi, how are you?
Yay! I'm so excited. We're going to have a lot of fun today.
We are. I'm glad to be in Atlanta. There's a mild Falcons fever. I kind of feel it's like 100.8. It's not quite full blast yet, I think.
I don't know. Did you see my jersey on Facebook?
Do you have to hide your Patriot roots for 2 weeks?
My love of Brady?
Yeah, do you have to hide that?
No.
Everybody's
I'm
cool with
from
it?
Boston. You think I'm going to hide anything?
I don't know, but Atlanta, you got to turn it up a little more.
Well,
it's
I have
not
to say,
quite there.
I have to say, I'm very excited for Atlanta. I think this is
Yeah,
great.
I wish Atlanta was a little more excited. I wanted to get off the plane and see red and black streamers, and it's not quite there yet.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see what happens next week. Yeah.
Everybody's tired.
Yeah, I know.
The last game.
True.
All right, so my theme for this year is life on life's terms. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and of course we have the Just Steph rules of dating, but we're going to talk about stuff about the great love debate and why everybody is still single. We're going to, of course, I always have my opinions, and of course I'm a podcast on iTunes, so you don't have to miss a thing. And all the Living Atlanta events are on my webpage. You can subscribe. It's juststeph.com/livingatlanta. 99 cents a month. You can get all the Second Lifer events that's happening in and around town, and concerts and everything. And you get a free download of my book. I'm going to bring you my book tonight.
Good.
So, yeah. Okay. So we're talking a little bit about the Falcons. How exciting is that? Falcons, Patriots. I've been saying it all year.
You've been saying it's going to be Falcons Patriots?
Yeah, and I know nothing about football.
So I'm a Giants fan, so
Whatever.
didn't work out. So
Yeah.
Patriots fans are still, Giants have 2 Super Bowls over the Patriots, so it didn't work out. But I was hoping that the Giants would have made it so instead of Green Bay, that it would have been Giants-Falcons. I would have come in early. I would have gone to the game.
Yeah.
I would have been
Oh,
disappointed. The Giants were never beating those Falcons.
Well,
Falcons look good.
They did, and we have the Pro Bowl this week. When it's that Sunday, right?
Sunday.
What
yeah.
time is that, Kristen?
Sunday, 8 o'clock on
At night?
ESPN.
At night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's so late. I don't know. I don't even know if they're gonna.
Well, you got to move to LA. It's at 5.
I know. You know what? I used to love that when they
10
had
a.m. football.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
I know.
Love it.
It's great. Even the Academy Awards when I lived out there, because
Yeah.
I lived in Irvine
Yeah.
for a while. And
I
it was
went
great.
to the Academy Awards a few years ago.
How fun!
Well, but you got to get there at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which means people started getting ready at like 9 o'clock. It's a long day.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
how they do it.
And sometimes it's hot and makeup in the middle of the day.
Right.
It's a weird thing.
Did you have
Cash bar at the Academy Awards. Isn't that
Really?
weird? Cash. You have to be out in the lobby with cash
That's
in
hilarious.
your tux to get booze. Isn't that crazy?
And so, did you have like a designer tux on? Like, did you
I
have
had a
that?
I had a pretty good tux on. Yeah, I was a date of somebody who was an Academy member.
Oh.
The things about going to the Oscars is, other than the first 20 rows, everybody there is like 95 years old. The Academy is maybe that's changed in the last 2 years, and they weeded some out. It's a very old crowd.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, what did you do this past weekend? This is I always ask my guests. What did you do?
I watched the Falcons win, and then I flew to New York City because I had to do a show in New York. And it was terrible weather in Los Angeles, and it was terrible weather in New York. And the best weather I've seen this week is here in Atlanta.
I know. Well, we've had it. It's been hot here, actually.
I know.
All week.
It was like 70 yesterday.
I know. You don't know what to wear.
No.
Because I want to wear my sweaters, but I'm dying.
Yeah, I know. If it's below 60 in LA, I'm like, I might as well live in Atlanta. I mean,
This is true.
Like
Well,
the only reasons to live in Los Angeles are the weather.
Well,
So
they wear Uggs all year round out there.
listen, if it's raining there, there's no reason to be there.
Yeah, it never rains in Southern California, right? So, all right, so last Thursday I went to Hal's, and then I ended up at Johnny's Hideaway, and Saturday night I was at New York Prime, and then I ended up at Wild Wings for a birthday party and Monty's late night. And then last night I went to Hal's, the Regent Club, to see Deb Bowman, and then I ended up at New York Prime for Mark Phillips' birthday, so that was super fun. It's been a great.
What are you, 22? You have an aggressive social schedule.
I'm the
Jeez.
Queen of Leisure.
I think if I just listed everything I did the last year, it's not that.
Yeah, well, wait till you see what I got going on this weekend, babe.
Jeez.
It's going to be a busy weekend. All right. It's a party in the USA. It is. All right, so life on life's terms, I put this out there because last year I turned 50, so it was like 50 and fab was my theme. But I think, life on life's terms is sort of, my friend Jeff in Boston he's very deep, and he says, it's accepting how little is in our control and just living with it. And I think in the dating world, you got to kind of do that, or it's going to rock your world. It's a difficult world out there. It's tough.
Which is why I think it's all in your control, because you can control your mindset.
You control your thoughts.
You control your thoughts, you control your enthusiasm, you can control your confidence, you control a lot of it. Oh, that was pretty good.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all in better control of our own dating fates as more than we give ourselves credit for. I do.
Really?
It's not luck, it's not chance. There's a lot of choices,
So it's
decisions, things.
The dating world is skill.
I don't know, it's skill, it's a little bit of information, and it's a lot positivity, and it's a lot hope, and the more you you can be your own matchmaker fairly easily if you understand the dating landscape, and a lot of people either don't do that or refuse to accept it for what it is in 2017.
Well, Sky is saying it's Russian roulette.
That's Russian roulette? Possibly.
Well,
but 1 out of 6 isn't bad odds for dating.
Well, it's life on life's terms is about seeing what is, not what you want, what you fear, and then acting. Equanimity is evenness of mind, especially under stress. And I think, well, for me, 2016 was just a rough year for me. It was awful.
You met me in 2016?
You know what? You were the highlight of my year.
There
You light up my life.
There we go.
Debbie Boone. There you go. You lit up my life. And then you left.
And then I left.
And I went to Boston for Thanksgiving because we met right before Thanksgiving.
That's right.
So I think, it's becoming risk amenable. Like, what do you think about the risk-taking factor in life? Like, I'm not a very big risk taker, like, at least for physical risk. I risk my heart, but I won't bungee jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to do anything where I might twist an ankle.
I don't want to even camp.
I don't even going to go anywhere.
Unless it's a 5-star.
I just read that Hawaii has no snakes. That appealed to me more than the beaches. I'm like, no snakes, I'm going to go there.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want that.
Well, you go to Phoenix.
Yeah, I think about that. I land in Phoenix, I'm like, are they going to get in the plane?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Well, I was at a hotel. That was carved into it was like the Buttes Hotel in Tempe.
Yeah.
There's a scorpion in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm like, do we get a free room?
You go to
They go, no.
South Florida in the summer, it's like Jurassic Park.
I know.
I mean, it is.
Well, did you see that alligator on
Yes.
on Facebook?
Yeah, you drive down Alligator Alley going from the Gulf Coast over to the Atlantic side, and there's this giant barbed wire fences on either side of the road. It's not to keep us from going into the swamp, it's to keep the swamp things from coming on the highway.
It can be a little scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's what's going on. I mean, it's tough. But as far as dating, though, I believe the juice is worth the squeeze. I mean, I believe that the reward is worth the risk. And you can minimize, you have to look at it. Most times, if you go on a date, it's not going to work out. Statistically,
right.
It's probably going to work out once in your whole life the way you really wanted to, if at all. Okay? That being said, it is worth it. Like, it is, it is worth it.
If you find true love, it is worth it. Do you think, now let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Do you think that men and women can be friends and keep it platonic without having any, tension there? I've been asking everybody.
Well, it depends. I mean, if she's smoking hot and he's not, he's probably going to want her on some level. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can. A lot of it, there's so many factors. How did you meet? What is your own situation?
Right.
What are the activities you do together?
Right.
If you're just, hanging at the pool and you're rubbing suntan lotion on her all the time, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
But there's some guys, one of the biggest problems in dating for a lot of the men is the friend zone.
Right.
And so
I love that movie.
And so if you're stuck there, it becomes sort of a mindset. I believe people can have had have hooked up and then become friends, and they're like, I can't believe we did that 20 years ago.
Right.
It never comes up again, and they become like brother sister, and it's
Right.
just in the past. But
Right.
yeah, everything's possible.
I wrote a blog called Just Friends.
Yeah.
Or the Friend Zone or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you're speaking from the woman's perspective.
Right, right.
The
And that
guys
was,
all want you on some level, I'm sure.
I guess, me?
Yeah.
Me personally?
You, the general you, and you guys, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not too bad, but that's the deal.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Oh, well.
I just have great male friends that I don't have any attraction to. I just like them as really nice people in my world.
Yeah, I have one of my best friends is a female, and somebody said we were sitting there at a party one time, and somebody says, "Have you two ever dated?" And simultaneously, we both said, "Ew."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait, no, it's ew for me, right?" She's like, "No, it would be much worse for me." And so we argued about who would be more grossed out by the prospect of it. So.
All right, one other question. Do
Yeah.
you believe in soulmates?
Define soulmate. One person for one person, and that's it.
Well, no, I think it has to be your own sort of, thought about what a soulmate is.
I believe this, and a lot of people get mad at me. There's a school of thought that it takes two complete people to come together. I don't believe we're ever complete.
No.
So I believe that somebody can finish you. Somebody can complete you. Somebody
Right.
can take you the last 20% of what you
Right.
need to go and fulfill you on a soulmate level. I think there's, but if I can't say I believe in soulmates, because if something happens to that person, then people lose hope that there's not somebody else.
Well, no, I think that you can have many soulmates.
There are many soulmates.
And I actually have, I think, girlfriends that I'm friends with that, we work because our spirits are sort of kindred.
Mm-hmm.
But, I definitely think, I write in my book,
Mhm.
we're all cracked eggs, and we all come to the table that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can either align ourselves with a partner who, opens those cracks wider and doesn't help us, which is, I think a lot of times it happens in marriages that fall apart,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't really grow, or we can get with somebody who sort of makes up for whatever that, and we make up for their little differences, and we sort of just meld together and make one whole.
Yeah, two becomes one kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yes, I believe in that.
So yeah, I definitely.
And I do believe there's a lid for every pot. I do believe, and I don't believe the people that are like, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather not be in a relationship. I don't believe you. I think you just can't see the path to get into a happy, loving, honest, sexually active relationship. And if I gave you a scenario where, here, sign on the dotted line, I can give you this, you would take it. You don't want to be alone.
I agree with that. We're not created to be alone.
No,
We're
not.
created. I mean,
I'm certainly not. I'm extremely needy.
well. All right, he's going to give us a list later. We're going to post it on Facebook, and then anybody who could.
I'm
who could
so
take care of
needy.
that.
Yes.
That's so funny, but I think that I agree. I think the people that live in solitude, it goes against our nature to be in community.
Yeah, you're
I don't know
minimizing your floor, but you're also minimizing your ceiling. Like there's not as much. You're sort of living in this sort of middle bandwidth, and you're not allowed. Trust me, I've lived most of my life in that sort of put some of my chips in, but not put all of my chips in
Right.
sort of existence. But a lot of people come to our Great Love Debate shows, and they're like, I'm just rather be single. I'm like, you'd rather be single because and women are. You hear this more from women than you do from men. Women always say, I'd rather be alone than be in a bad relationship. And they're right, and they should say that.
Right.
Men never say that. Not that they don't think the same way, but that they look at the possibility of being in a good relationship as a much greater possibility.
Right.
Women look at two choices: alone, bad relationship, and then out on Pluto is good relationship. Men look at them as sort of equal possibilities every time they go out with somebody.
Right. So, well, I mean, that's very, very interesting. And I guess how what's a good relationship for a man or a woman is going to be, I think it's going to determine if that relationship works, because
we both want to feel safe is the word that
I
we
agree.
spend a lot of time talking about. And that's hard to define. It's a little nebulous, but it's about trust and sharing and vulnerability and honesty and saying, I'm going to go here, meet me there, and we're going to go together.
Right.
And that's not something you can find with anyone, but that's what you're looking to find with
Right.
someone.
I'll tell you what, when I first went on the dating apps back, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I felt like it was 51st States. Like, I met a lot of really nice men that weren't for me, and it was like closing the car. Bye, thanks, I'll text you. Next night, bye, thanks, I'll text you.
But you went out with them. You
I
moved the
did.
conversation offline.
Oh yeah, well yeah, well that's a problem here in Atlanta. I think they love to pen pal. So I was done with that.
They love to pen pal because listen, if you think you're getting in a pen pal thing, after 3 times back and forth, just say, I'll tell you when I see you. That lets them know it's time to move this offline. That shuts down the pen pal.
That's really great.
I'll tell you when I see you. That says, you can ask me out, I want to see you, and we're going to continue this.
That's Lou Rawls' song, See You When I Get There.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about why everybody is still single, and this is the dating advice for second lifers and the Just Steph rules of dating. My one and only. All right, so now I want to ask you what similarities you're seeing between the cities, because you've been through 79 different cities.
Yeah, in this country. In
this
North
country.
America. We just got back from Asia.
I know. How did that go? What language did you speak?
English. But we were in Shanghai, we were in
like,
Bangkok.
Hey, girl?
But you know, if you could go to Shanghai, there are men and women out on dates, being social together, all over the place, everywhere. They don't have Facebook. They don't have Tinder. They're sort of forced to engage, and everywhere. Bangkok's a little different. There's a lot of people in Bangkok doing things they shouldn't be doing in Bangkok.
Oh, really? Sounds like it's living up to its name.
Yeah.
But is that bad?
Bangkok. But here, the similarity, the one thing, it comes down to confidence and communication everywhere we go. The one similarity that we find everywhere, though, is that the women want the men to try harder and the men want the women to make it easier. And that is the crux of the disconnect in 2017, is that there's this stalemate going on. And what caused that was this, over the last 20 years, this blurring of the traditional gender roles. And that won't affect people that are 14 because they don't know any different. But for those of us between 25 and 70, it got switched right in the middle. Everything changed. The women ramped up their independent, I don't need a man, masculine energy. And if anything, the men got a little more sensitive and introspective. That threw the balance off.
Metro.
Yeah, and so the women wanted better men. Well, there's better men now, and they're not approaching you because they're scared, or because your body language changed, or you've got your head in your apps, as we say, and that's the standoff just about everywhere we go. And in a place like Atlanta, we named Atlanta most improved dating city for 2016.
Really?
We did a lot of work here.
Didn't work for me.
We did a lot of work here. The first time I came to Atlanta, I couldn't believe that a journalist from the AJC, is that your paper? The Journal-Constitution calls me up and she interviewed me and she says, what do you do about the fact that it's 7-1 women to men in Atlanta? And I'm like, it's not. And she goes, oh, yeah, no, it is. I go, no, it's not. It's 50-50. It's 50-50 in every city in America under the age of 75. Then the men start to die off. She's like, no, that's not true. I go out and I go, sometimes the illusion looks like that because women over 40 will still go out together and drink wine and say there's no men. But there's the same amount of men in every city in America.
That's
and women.
Very interesting.
Yeah, women convince themselves. I hear, oh, I heard London 6-1 women. Well, how would that happen? Because we're born at the same rate, and we don't start to die off till 70. So how would it get out of whack like that?
Well, here's what I think. This is my opinion.
Come to the great love debates, 50-50.
Right. Well, this is what I think about that. What happens is there may be all kinds of men out there. However, in a small town like Atlanta, I know it's a small town. I'm going to say this.
I heard that in Denver the other night.
It's a small town, and what happens is the pool of quality men gets smaller as you raise your standards. So.
Oh, that's you said. You raise your standards. The men, for a long time, because women, quote unquote, needed men and a little bit more. The men were shooting at a 10-foot basket. and now we're shooting at a 12-foot basket because you raised it to a place because you, quote, need us less. You can buy your own stuff. You can fix your own stuff. You don't even need a ride anymore. You can Uber. So for a man to get into your world, it's a much harder bullseye to hit. And so the number of quality men is the same. It's you've narrowed what you consider to be the guy you want to get into your life.
Well, I'm actually just saying things like, do they have a job?
What defines job?
You know,
maybe they're lotto winners. How do you
Well,
determine that?
Well, no, I think that, do they have a job? Do they fit sort of, can they behave properly in different situations?
But those are not the same thing. Some of the worst guys I know are hedge fund millionaires.
Right, I'm saying
Right,
they might
so
not behave.
so all of these things intersect. A lot of times there's too much box checking going on
Right.
by women, which eliminates a lot of quality guys. A lot of women check college education. Well, Tom Brady didn't graduate from college. Bill Gates didn't graduate from college. Mark
No, you're
Zuckerberg
right.
didn't, and it eliminates a lot of candidates. I graduated from college, and it's about
Yeah, but
50th on my list of things that are positive attributes. So, there's sort of what our friend John Berger, who wrote the book Datanomics, who sort of analyzes there is a disparity in the amount of college-educated women. My answer to that is, who cares? You might have to go with mixed collar relationships is what his term is. There's people outside of your comfort zone, outside of what you believe your type is, all over Atlanta, all over.
Yeah, I hear you. However, now I'm off the dating apps, but if you're doing the dating apps, you've got to find some way to sort of weed out
What?
Farmer Joe.
What is Farmer Joe?
Maybe
What's
he's
wrong?
like-
Maybe he's awesome and he can make you feel safe. Your answer lies outside of your comfort zone. He might be 5'6".
And and the funny thing is I think I'm a little different. I think I'm very different from most women because of my Italian upbringing. Like, I want to be taken care of.
Yeah,
I
believe most women do,
And
and the
I
men
wanna-
want to take care of you.
And I want to take care of my guy, like
Mhm.
with my cooking and and all of that. Like, what can I get for you? Can I do that? Whatever. And I'm not. I love that, and I'm like, I need a man who's going to change this light bulb.
Great.
I'm not kidding you.
You're also divorced.
Right.
That changes your personal dynamic a little bit. There's a difference between somebody who's still single or who is single again. There's kind of a different
Right.
mindset. In the South, where we are, still, not the stereotype, but it's true. If you get married and you get divorced, the marriage failed. If you don't get married, you failed. That is still a lot of the familial and social pressure that sort of screws up people's need to find what they want. People sometimes treat dating like a game of musical chairs. And on some level, they should treat it like a game of musical chairs, but you forget that there's music playing in a game of musical chairs, and we don't enjoy the music. We're so focused on which seat do I sit in that we don't enjoy the process to find that, and that's part of the problem. The women here think there's a handful of good men, especially the black women in this town, because I hear from them all the night. The sisters, you come to the show and you are mad at the black guys, and they feel that. They're like, there's millions of wonderful men of all races and whatever, and a lot of them are hiding in the shadows because they're afraid of rejection, and they're afraid of this undercurrent of I'm not good enough, and that's a real thing in 2017.
Well, I think too. I think there's a real fear of intimacy and sort of bearing who you really are to the other person, and eventually that happens. I mean, you can't, after that 3-month happy period, your things start to, unfold.
Yeah.
And which, I have no problem with, because I've been in therapy for like 17 years, so I'm willing to work on stuff and to talk
I'm
to
new.
talk things out.
I'm new to therapy. I should have gone 17 years ago. It would have changed a lot. I'd be divorced 3 times already, probably, if I went to therapy.
Wow.
Because I would have opened up enough to get married. But yeah, no, that's a real thing. People are walled off. And if I had to give you a pen and say write something down longhand now, you're shocked at how bad your penmanship is compared to 20 years ago, because we don't write as much. That's the same
like
thing
writing.
with face-to-face. We've so lost our routine of talking to each other face to face because we hide behind our phones and our Facebook pages and our match profiles on our computer, that we've lost our social looking in the eye, and that trickles down to dating more than anything.
Well, there you go.
I feel like I'm playing Name That Tune. I gotta guess it. That ages me to bring up Name That Tune.
There you go. I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So, but I think for the over 40 crowd, I mean, and that's really all I can speak to because that's where I'm at. I'm 50, and I am divorced. I mean, it would be a real red flag for me if somebody hadn't been married.
Mary Tyler Moore died yesterday.
I know. I meant to mention that.
You know that they couldn't say she was a divorced woman on the Mary Tyler Moore show?
That's really funny.
That was in the 70s.
Right.
And you divorce was so, you couldn't talk about that we had to just sort of guess that she was divorced, but they
Right.
couldn't say. That's insane.
Right. Yeah, I know. A lot of those shows, I mean.
People always talk about the separate beds and all that,
Right.
and that you couldn't show certain things, but not being able to
Right.
say that Mary Tyler Moore, on the Mary Tyler Moore, she was the single independent woman, that she was a divorced woman,
Right.
that's crazy.
I know. I just heard today that she passed away, and I love that theme song. For me, and like if I listen to that theme song, I cry because I'm like, that's me.
We did months and months of shows in Minneapolis last year. We spent more time in Minneapolis than ever, and they have a statue of her throwing the hat in the air, and yeah. No.
What's going on up there? It's cold, so it's all a lot of indoor activities.
Well, weather does affect things. Places like Los Angeles or Atlanta, where there's not quite as much change of the seasons, does affect dating. You're much more likely to go on a date in September in Chicago because you had better find somebody to hunker down with in the wintertime
Right.
than you are here. Every day's a little bit, there's not that variance. LA too. Why would I want to sit across from somebody I don't know when I can just go walk on the beach in 75 degrees? Like,
Right.
Your incentive to shake up your comfort zone is a lot more likely to happen when you're in a place where you're uncomfortable, where weather's bad. Like yesterday here it could have been April.
Oh, I know, it was beautiful. And yeah, people are out.
People are out and they're social, but they can go out and do their own thing and be in their own space and world and get enough pleasure out of that they don't have to seek it other places.
See, I mean, maybe that's true, and maybe that's true for a lot of people, but I can say for me personally, it doesn't take the place of having that one person in your world that is you can talk to, you can hang with, and all the other adult activities that go along with that. And
I agree, but most people think that, but what are you willing to do to get to that person and get to that place? It's how many hurdles and how many letdowns and how much are you willing to sort of change your routine to find there. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I want that, but what is the route you're willing to take to get there? And a lot of people are sort of stuck in their routine, in their comfort zone, and what they believe is their type. And I say this at the Great Love Debate. If you're over 30 and you're single, you have no type. Your type's not working out for you.
right.
Which means you have to look outside of your comfort zone to find what you want. Every time I do a radio show, I get the love boat. I get the love boat thing.
There you go. Well, so I was going to ask a question. Now I'm all.
You won't date. What did you say, Farmer Joe, Farmer Dan?
I
think you need to go out with Farmer Joe.
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
I think one
I'm all
time.
set. I'm all set.
I'm gonna open you a farmers only account.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm all set right now. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I think that I just think that people are. I mean, I could just speak to my own experience here, but the over 40 crowd is got to be a little bit different from the 20-somethings. I mean, the way that they think, the way that the way that they're sort of more set in their ways.
Well, a lot of women ask, why does the 58-year-old man want to go out with a 24-year-old girl?
I've had 25-year-olds after me on.
I get that. That's that's a different dynamic. I'll talk about that in a second. But why the older man? The older man is not going for the super young girl to feel young or because she's hotter or she's more sexually desirable. It's not about that. If the 58-year-old man takes out the 49-year-old woman, she's not that easily impressed. She can buy her own food. She might want to eat at this restaurant. she's much, much harder for him to feel like he accomplished anything. He takes a 24-year-old girl out and he buys her 2 glasses of Chardonnay. He's a hero.
Right.
And so it's about that man wants to find his confidence more than anything else, and that's why they go young, because they don't, prefer. There's nothing worse than being an older guy and being like, "Remember this song?" And they're like, "I was 2. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. I know.
So
people
those,
don't know Archie Bunker.
so
It drives me
a
nuts.
lot of the men, especially after divorce, have lost their confidence, and that's why they want to put themselves in an environment where they feel like they did something.
All right, we're going to take a break and take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. When we come back, more Brian Howie and the Great Love Debate. This one is for the birthday peeps, George Trader, Dr. Ken, and Jeff Lee. And this is Touch by Little Mix, courtesy of the Stat Man. All right. All right. So we got about, what? 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. All right. Yay. All right, so let's see what the okay. Okay, so how do we do this?
Oh, I'm opposite of you.
Okay.
Up and down.
Okay, so get to the beginning and let's
Okay.
see. Robert Vittori, I found that the female still gets feelings when you try that type of relationship if you become intimate. Yes, it is very different. Paul, leave a good point. Howie, let's see. Robert says, "Hey, Boston girl." Let's see. What if the guy brings everything to the table, emotional support, can do the mechanical skill things, everything fits, but they have a career or major life change that restarts their financial ability to provide more than meeting someone halfway? That's, I guess, the
Is
question.
that from a man or a
A
woman?
man.
Oh, that he's going through a financial
Yeah.
thing?
How do we do this?
And that's all of them.
That's
That's
it.
the end
Oh,
of it,
okay. So this Robert says we don't like putting out so much effort with so many posers.
That's a man?
Yeah. I don't know.
What
you
do
know
you
what,
think?
I'm
Stop looking for
so-
the posers. I mean, that's it. Like, saying all men are this or all women are that. The best women in America are in Atlanta. If you think you have a tough time here, go to New York for a while.
Yeah.
No offense, New York. I'm a New Yorker. I can say that. But the women in Atlanta, the women in Denver, the women in Charlotte, Nashville, they're awesome.
Right.
Try dating in Philly, Boston. Women in Boston feel they're better than the men. And they may be, but they feel there. It's like San Francisco. Boston and San Francisco are like that. They think they're better. They think they're smarter. They think they're better.
Boston men.
And the women think they're too good for Johnny from Framingham.
I love Boston men.
Oh, you do? Good.
I do. What does he say?
I have deal breakers.
Well, you like
to prevent
Italian
that
men.
these days.
Huh?
You like Italian men? Do you need an Italian? I don't have any.
I don't-
There's no Italians in Los Angeles.
Well, here's the
I
deal.
think that hurts us.
I didn't need anything. I've gone out with the guy from the Burbs. I've gone out with every type of guy. I never put any limitations on it. I do enjoy my son, the guy.
Is he here?
We speak.
Is he there?
He's there.
Is he state trooper?
No.
You dating the trooper?
No, I'm going to get him right now at the airport.
Oh, he's here. Is he coming to the show?
He is.
All right.
Yeah, you better not talk to him.
Why can't I
No,
talk to
you
him?
can't. I'm out loud, like.
Oh, don't call on him?
Mm-mm.
Is he going to sit in the back?
Yeah.
You got to tell him who he is.
I will.
Oh.
I'll introduce you. Yeah. So I really, I like that we speak the same language. Like, you know what? The way I care for, 20 seconds, the way I care for him, he appreciates.
Where'd you find him?
At home.
Well, I mean, where? At a bar?
No, in the feast, in the North End.
Oh.
All right, we're back. I like that song. It's a good song. All right, so Brian, tell us how the Great Love Debate came about.
Well, I'm a showbiz guy. I'm a writer, director, producer in New York and LA for a long, long time. And about 3 years ago, I wrote a book. It was semi-tongue-in-cheek called How to Find Love in 60 Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sort of a call to arms for the women that basically said that there's 5 or 6 windows of time in a day where you can recognize opportunity, act on it, and don't kill it, that are all over the place. Because I get tired of all these beautiful women in Los Angeles saying that there's no men and I can't find love. So I wrote a book, and rather than do a traditional book tour, my agent at the time said, why don't you put it in a theater and raise some of the questions, town hall style, that the book raised, and challenge some of your theories. And that was January 14th, 2014. We were supposed to do one in Santa Barbara, California, and now we've done, tonight will be 238 shows in 79 cities and several countries, and we have a big podcast and everything. So it just grew from there. Then it went from like a one-off, and my own curiosity sort of drove it, because I was a guy in my 40s who'd never been married, and I sort of wanted to know why, and we kept going and traveling around and trying to figure out why all of these seemingly reasonable people were either still single or single again, and I wanted to raise the questions in different cities and find out if there were, what was the same and what was different. And it grew into this sort of social experiment where we've had more than 50,000 people come to our live shows and raise their hand and have their say and participate and figure out where we are. And you know, a lot of the things are exactly the same. I would say the women look for red flags and the men look for green lights, and that's a similarity ever. But there are geographical differences. It is different to date in Seattle than Miami, and it is different to date in Boston than Atlanta. It is, and some of that has to do with meteorological, as we talked about before. Some of that has to do with ethnicity. There are a lot of ballsy Italian guys in Boston and around. Some of that has to do with how people were raised and what people do culturally, and men and women do things together in Chicago. They watch football. They hang out. They go to bars. They're not afraid of each other. There's giant groups of people in Chicago.
We do that here.
Atlanta too. That is something here. So that leads to, that doesn't happen in New York City. People hang out with who they went out with. They huddle in a dark corner, and it's not as engaged. It trickles down to the dating. It does. So the great love debate, you know, it keeps going and going. We keep learning new things. We keep, you know, I would say my job is to raise the questions as much as provide the answers. But I do have a lot of the answers now, because we've heard from so many people, and so many really smart people have both sat on our stage, like you, and mostly in our audience. Almost everything I've learned about myself, I have heard from some man or woman in the audience, and I'm like, that's me. Because when we first started this tour, I was like, I don't have any problem dating you poor single people, and I kind of stayed above the fray. But then about halfway through the first year, I'm like, I'm not feeling the things these people are feeling. I'm not going to this scary, vulnerable, emotional place that I needed to go, and I went to therapy. And I figured it out. I figured out that I never completely trusted my parents' love for each other or me. They've been married for 50 years. I didn't really it didn't feel the way I thought it was supposed to feel, so I always sort of would never go all in. And I had to sort of take the risk.
It's kind of funny, because your parents married for 50 years, you would think...
It's not that they got divorced, they stayed married, so I'm like, this doesn't seem what I want.
Why are they happy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just...
It wasn't, and I bring this up all the time. We would go over to the neighbors, a lot of Italian families where we were not, and I'd be like, our house doesn't sound like that. My family doesn't act like that. There's not I love yous, there's not touching. It was a very emotionally cold, waspy environment, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't know what that is. So I was never looking for that. I was never willing to go there, and so but doing this show and hearing other people that are, everybody's pretty much the same. Everybody's a little scared, everybody's a little hopeful, and you're trying to balance that, you know, and then you got to do the work. You know, I always say it's not that you haven't met the right person, it's that you haven't been the right person. And
I agree with that.
And you got to figure out, you got to do the healing, and you got to really see yourself, and you got to really do the self-analysis to figure out, you know, a lot of people want to blame the city, or they want to say there's not good women or there's not good men. It's you. It's almost always you. If you take charge of your dating fate, change things, do the analysis, and see the opportunities that are around you every day, I think you'll be fine. Or come to the Great Love Debate.
There we go. Yeah, and air
Drink
your-
and drink and air your
drink,
grievances and whatever.
yeah.
More people meet at the Great Love Debate than any other place through any other way. And it really isn't about anything that anybody says. It's simply the act of congregating. It's
Right.
getting men and women in a room and sharing an honest, open, funny, sometimes a lot of liquor experience.
Right.
You know, the number 2 way that people meet now is through online dating.
Right.
Do you know what number 2 was before online dating?
I either through a friend or
No, number friend was number 1. That's
Right.
still number 1.
that's still number
Your
one.
real social network, your friends, work with. That's
Right.
number 1. So number 2 is now on. But number 2 before online dating was
In a bar.
church.
Church. Okay.
And it wasn't
Okay,
about
bar. That
praying
was
together. It was about being able to congregate fearlessly. If somebody went up to you at church and said, "Hi, Steph, how was your week? You look beautiful,"
Right.
you wouldn't think they were hitting on you.
Right.
So by taking away that fear or that intimation that, why are we talking to each other? That's kind of the feeling of the
Well,
Great
I
Love
think-
Debate.
Well, I think though too, if you go to church and whatever you do, whether it's church or synagogue or wherever you're at, like if I saw a guy at church, I would think a single guy, I would think, oh, he has a heart for God, and he sort of is,
Yeah, probably a good person at church, maybe, but it's
I mean,
about.
they can be crazy
But you
people,
can
let's
see
face it.
them.
I mean, they're
People are
crazy
not
people.
afraid to say hello and talk to each other before, during, after church. Depending on the denomination, you're shaking hands with strangers at
Right.
church. Okay,
Right.
you're not doing that at Starbucks.
Right.
And
I say hi to everybody. I
and
talk to
so
everybody.
you need to. You're like, you know, we say that the best dating site is Earth.
That's
And we
right.
believe that.
Getting
And
out
there
there
are
and touching
you know, every man and every woman in a city like Atlanta is within 10 yards of 1,000 people of the opposite sex every single day, real live people. And we have to learn to sort of recognize that and get back to take our walls down and engage again.
I talk to everybody. I mean, that's just me. I'm chatty
You're
Cathy.
Italian from Boston.
Yeah, and you know what? And
But can everybody talk to you?
if they, of
Can
course.
a guy go up to you at Whole Foods?
Oh yeah, I would talk to anybody.
Do you like these melons? Can they say whatever they want
That's
to?
funny. See, I would laugh at that. I would like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, if he said, you want to touch my eggplant, that would be like.
You would like that, but someone else. But again, if you're a man,
I
and,
would probably be like,
yeah, if you're a man and you're afraid to go and say hello, or whatever, like if you don't do it, you're in the same spot as if you do it and she just tells you to screw off. Like there's no downside. You're not losing anything. You didn't have anything before.
well, and it's all about how you approach it too. I've had several men private message me on Facebook. They became friends with me, and some I blocked because of what they said. They weren't nice, and some I said, give me a call. Here's my number. You know, because of how they.
See, you still want to call.
Yeah.
Under 30, they don't want any part of a call.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Google,
I'm
for
gonna-
those of you under
I'm
30
from
who are
Boston,
listening,
I would have said something else.
Google what call means. They don't do that
But,
anymore.
yeah, I mean, well, my kid. I mean, I have to say, I wrote a blog called "Ditch All the Devices," or I can't remember. It's in my book. But you know, my kids would text me from downstairs. Can my friend come over? I say, get up here. Am I in trouble? You will be. You know, let's talk about this. Who is it? What's going on?
They're not wired that way. It's
My
just different.
Well, I have to say, my kids do talk because you know, because yeah, they will have a conversation, and.
Now, is that okay? The guys who private message you. So you were okay. I talked about this on my podcast last week. Is Facebook a dating site?
Well, see, I don't like that either. I really don't like that.
Why? What's the difference?
I know. Because I guess my intention is.
If
is
they
for
can't talk to you
business.
on Facebook and you already have something, why can they talk to you at Target?
Yeah, well, it depends. Like I said, it depends on how I'm approached.
Again, that's not his. What do you mean? He can't make that determination in advance that there's a
Listen.
certain way that you like. So this is what the men hear. It depends on how I'm approached.
Listen.
So he thinks before he just instinctively approaches you, he has to think, well, what is the way she likes to be approached, and what you like are radically
Listen, I got a
different.
picture of some guy with handcuffs on. Like that's not going to work for me.
But it will work for someone,
It
and
might.
he doesn't know that
I
doesn't
will-
work for you.
Right. I was like, you know, and then you know, I got a message today. You're one hot mama.
Is that okay?
No.
Why? Why? What's wrong with that?
Well, I
The
just,
difference between creepy and a compliment is who's giving it. I bet you if somebody you like said you're one hot mama, you would swoon.
if Tom Brady said it,
Yeah, exactly. And
I
it's
wouldn't
not.
block him.
Oh
No.
my God! It's not his job to try to. I mean, that's not offensive. You don't. Is it offensive? Is it sexual?
I don't know. I just thought, could you say something a little nicer?
Can a stranger go up to you and say, "My God, I think you're beautiful"?
Yes.
So beautiful's okay.
Yes.
Some woman the other night at our show in Denver said, "Beautiful seems like you can look into my soul and it freaks me out."
Oh, I love that.
Exactly.
See,
but-
I'm very deep. I'm a deep
How about,
person.
can we say beautiful to you?
Yeah, you can say beautiful.
Hot mama?
Yeah, I am a hot mama. So.
Okay. See?
She's a, there you go.
Right.
She's a mom.
Right. We don't know what you guys want. You guys should almost wear like little colored buttons
Say
and
this
say,
to me.
"I'm okay with whistle at me. I'm okay with a compliment. I'm okay with hit on me."
Just don't touch my bum.
Fine. If you just said, "I'm a," that's why there's this disconnect because the men are flying blind.
There you go. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, Living Atlanta. This one is for Jonathan Parziali, Mark Adami, and Steve Atkins. Thanks for liking my Just Steph and Living Atlanta pages. Closer by the Chainsmokers. This is from Laura Reed. Thanks, Laura, for the suggestion. All right. Jeez, you know what? I didn't even look at Living Atlanta. How are we doing?
Hot mama. If you can't say
Poor
hot
kid.
mama,
I blocked him.
oh my God.
But you know,
I'm a mamacita.
no. You know what? You know what? No. No.
Maybe
You know
the one
what?
that could be like NASCAR and they have sponsors all over the
Yeah, I think
shirts.
I think they need to wear
That would help.
patches of what's
That would
okay.
help.
Or just put a red thing on this means don't talk to me anybody. And then we know.
Well,
Yellow,
I like,
green.
I like conversation. I mean, when I talk to anybody, I do. I will talk to people when I'm out. I talk to people. I do.
I know you keep saying I talk to people. Can people talk to you
Yeah,
is the
why
thing.
not?
You just said somebody can't call you a hot mama, you're going to block them. If we can't say you're a hot mama to a hot mama, then where are we in America? I mean, where are we?
All right, so I'll change my thinking.
You think women in Italy feel that way? Italian men, hot mama would be mild, and they don't mind. They don't have the problems we do in Italy. The American women go over to Italy and they love the way the men are so over the top. I love you, mommy. They love the aggressiveness, and then we come back here and they're like, "Don't talk to me." Why is that?
I don't know. I love men. I love men, and I do. I don't have I don't know. I like Italian guys. I grew up with all that.
I know.
Yelling and talking. I'm gonna give you my book. You'll love it.
Okay.
We're still
Mhm.
we're still on break. But I grew up with all that. We did everything around food, and we had a lot of fun. We laughed. When I go home and I hang with my family,
Sounds differently than if you
it's
went to my
so
house.
fun. It is
Bars
so
sound differently in
fun.
different. Seattle is a little bit socially awkward city. A bar doesn't sound the same.
Oh, everyone's
Men and
yelling
women
in
are not.
Boston.
Yeah, you don't hear that.
Oh
there.
my God, I love
People
it.
have their earphones in the bar.
Yeah, no, and so.
LA doesn't sound the same. People
But
are just
like,
watching. They're not talking.
But even like my Italian guy, my Sicilian guy, my family loves him. He loves them. They're funny. It's like we could have known each other for 100 years. So it's very easy. What are we saying? What are we doing? Where are we? 2 minutes. Oh, we still have 2 minutes.
Okay.
He's already here. Okay, he's got his baggage.
Who?
My guy.
Oh,
Yay.
tell them to get on freaking Marta like
No, never.
me. We can dab her. It's very convenient.
Yeah, but you know what? No. Italians would never do that. That's like you're not treating that properly.
You
No, that
want to
would
be picked up, but standing there waiting an hour for you, is that better?
He's gonna go get a drink. It'll be fine.
So sitting at TGI Fridays in the Atlanta airport is better than
That's what he wants
taking
to do.
a Uber?
He would never do it. My family wouldn't do it either. No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it just doesn't work
Well,
that way.
nobody picked me up.
Well, you should have told me. I would have picked you up.
I'm good. I'm from New York. I can take the train.
Well, I'm with you too. I mean, I do the same thing. I do that because I'm from here.
Yeah.
No. What's that?
Hi, Stephanie. You have eyes that blind my thoughts when you look at me. How about that? 30 seconds.
Yeah, how about that?
Thanks, Robert. That's
How
sweet.
about that? No?
Okay, we're on. All right, we're on. All right, sorry about that, kids. We're just chatting away. All right, so you wanted to know where to go this weekend. You've been waiting for Living Atlanta. Don't believe just one. All right, kids, just remember when you go out this weekend, drink responsibly, drive responsibly, call Lyft, Uber, a cab, a friend. Do not drink and drive, please. It's dangerous. Okay, so what do you, besides tonight, we're going to do the love debate tonight. What are you going to do the rest of the weekend? What do you got going on?
I'm flying to Los Angeles.
And what are you going to do?
Rest up from the wild time at the Great Love Debate tonight.
Oh,
It's
really?
exhausting. It's mentally exhausting to do all these shows.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
And if you don't want to go out alone this weekend, come to the Great Love Debate.
I agree.
You'll be in love by midnight.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's great men there and wonderful women there.
Well, I'm going to agree with that because
Yeah.
a man who will come and be honest about
Yeah, they
relationships,
like that.
that's a good guy.
Yes,
So
women
I
like
agree.
that.
I
Women like
agree.
men who want to talk about love, dating, sex, and relationships.
There you
Are we
go.
going to talk about sex tonight? Sometimes we don't in Atlanta.
I don't know.
Are you in?
Maybe. Depends.
Depends on the crowd.
It depends.
Well, can we tell them where it is?
Oh yeah, let's do it. We were gonna talk more about it, but yeah, let's do it.
I don't want to get clogged up with all these other
Oh
fun
my
events
gosh,
here in Atlanta.
You're right.
It's
You're
the
right.
Punchline in Buckhead.
That's I forgot.
It's our
I'm sorry.
10th show in Atlanta. We
Yay.
finally have figured it out. So
Thank God you've been in radio.
yeah, we've done 10 out of
Correcting me.
238 shows. We were at the Punchline in Buckhead tonight at 8 p.m.
That's right.
You're going to be on our stage.
Yes.
I'm going to be in the crowd,
Right.
and we're going to figure out why all of us are a little screwed up.
Right. And it's gonna be super. But listen, you have to get your tickets.
Get them online. Go to
Get 'em online.
punchline.com.
That's right.
Punchline.com or greatlovedebate.com.
Right. And so it's at Landmark Diner, people. That's where the Punchline is. You all know where that is. All right, so tonight I'm going to Hal's, then I'll be at the Great Love Debate and maybe Monty's later on. Tomorrow I'm going to Mary Mac's Tea Room for lunch and Whiskey Mistress for John Seifert's party. Saturday I'll be at Atkins Park for the Oyster Fest, then New York Prime, and then I'm not really sure we'll be out for dinner. And then Sunday I'm doing Basil's for brunch. So come see me. I'll be out and about and say hi. I just want to mention coming up is Rare Disease Day. It's celebrated here in Atlanta on the 17th. And on the 28th in Boston. So it's the National Organization for Rare Disorders, and I just want to, it helps to raise awareness. There are people out there that are real and suffering with rare diseases. Okay, so Deb Bowman is on Wednesdays. She's at the Regent Cocktail Club and featuring Jacob Deaton. I call him the J-Man now. DJ Vanessa Hunley is tonight at G's doing musicology and Sunday Funday. She does karaoke. Johnny Perazzo is this week, Wednesday and Saturday, at Whiskey Mistress. Every night there's live music at Dixie Tavern, City Winery, Venkman's, and Smith's Old Bar. And of course, for all the details, you can go to my Living Atlanta calendar for all the events, and it's 99 cents a month to subscribe, and you get a free download of my book. Okay, so tonight is the Great Love Debate at the Punchline. Once again, it's 8 to 9:30, but there's a little mixer afterwards.
Yeah, before,
So,
during, and after. There's
yay.
drinks the whole time.
Yay. So it's a lot of fun, but you have to get your tickets online at thepunchline.com, and everything's on Facebook for all the details.
Mhm.
I'll be on the panel.
Or go to greatlovedebate.com and you can find out all about
There
us.
you go. So, and then Friday, the early show at Venkman's is How and Why. Saturday is Cardio Blast at Body Design Personal Training in Midtown. There is a dodgeball extravaganza. This is to benefit a girl from the Body Design Personal Training who has cancer, and it's at Piedmont Park Saturday afternoon. And Cigar City Club's second anniversary is Saturday night. That's Saturday night? Yes, Saturday night from 5 to 11, and that's a super great venue. You've been there, right, Kristen?
I have been there.
All right,
It
so
was
what else do we have going on, Kristen?
nice. Sunday, we've got the Sunday brunch at Davio's. It's every Sunday from 11 to 3. Sunday Fun Day at Park Tavern, 1 to 4. You can, $18 for tickets online. They have an ice skating rink. Lots of fun there. Eclipse de Luna, the 20th anniversary party from 5:30 to 8:30. They're partnering with Open Hand for the event. Minimum donation of $40 to enter. You'll be greeted with a glass of cava, a tapas buffet, open bar, paella, live music, and so much more. That sounds like it should be fun.
Yeah.
And I put this in here for you. Band X is going to be at Wildwing Cafe, Dunwoody.
On the 4th. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's Dunwoody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
We're close.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, that's super fun. All right, so
And the Falcons are in the Super Bowl on February 5th.
that's right. Well, that's right. That's a big deal, and of course the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun. Hey, no, I don't want any dirty looks. Tom Brady's my boyfriend. All right, so, and don't forget to subscribe to my Living Atlanta page on juststeph.com. We got lots of stuff going on with Just Steph, and there's more to come. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter at Steph Palermo, Instagram, Just Steph 1. When I'm on YouTube, I'm everywhere. Google Plus.
Instagram, I mean.
How can they find you, Brian?
Go to greatlovedebate.com, and you will also, from there, or Google, or go to from our website, subscribe to the Great Love Debate podcast. We are the #1 dating and relationship podcast in the world, and we have celebrities talking about this crap just like us, and they
I
tell
love
some
it.
crazy stories. So.
Will you come back?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta every month. I can't believe I haven't been in here yet.
I'm embarrassed.
Terrible.
Embarrassed. All right, so I got a shout out to my Boston birthdays, my girlfriend Bestie from home, Darlene Estes, Stacy Peluso Slaney, and Nancy Friziello. A happy birthday. Next week I got Nick Cellini from 680 The Fan. We're going to be talking Super Bowl. So it's going to be lots of fun, and John Hyatt the next week. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to see you tonight.
See you tonight.
See everybody
See
tonight.
everybody tonight. Punchline.
That's right. Great love debate. We'll see you all. No, I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. There we go. Geez, sorry, I just forgot about where it was.
That's okay. What do you say? You only live twice, but you only. What I would like that.
It's
You have
everybody
one
has
life.
2 lives. Everybody has 2 lives, but the
The second one begins when you
second
realize
one,
you only
the
have one.
second one begins when you realize you only have one.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, so I got that some years ago from a guy I was going out with.
Oh. So he's like, I'm ready to start my second life.
I was.
Oh, you were.
I was
See,
in the middle of my
you're like,
divorce.
oh, now I understand.
I was in the middle of my divorce. So, okay. The stack man is waiting. Are we
All right.
off here? All right.